20 weirdest things found in an amusement park. According to Reddit, number 20. Used condoms right behind the lifeguard stand that wasn't there at opening. I was extremely confused. Lifeguard was getting some? Well, what's confusing about that? What is this, like weird to a Mormon or something? Fucking ridiculous. Number 19. One year, someone kept hiding little pictures of Bob Hope. I found one in an ice bucket. They were found on rides and cash registers and gardens. For the entire summer, Bob Hope would turn up when you least expected it. That was at Idlewild in Pennsylvania. No one expects the Bob Hope Inquisition.
What's Bob Hope?
Who's Bob Hope? Stripes asks. This is how you know you're old if you're listening to this. You okay? Just your friendly age check. You know what I'm talking about? Check your age, brah.
I'm not gonna get an answer, am I?
Bob Hope was an American comedian. He was a vaudevillian, an actor, a singer, a dancer, an athlete. He did it all. Bob Hope was a man among men. He did it all. That Bob Hope. Giggity giggity. Bob Hope Schwiggity. Oh shit.
What?
Bob Hope's a strange character to just like throw, pictures of him all over the place. But you said it yourself. Maybe he was the Nicolas Cage of his time, and people just really were
Yes, that
into
came
Bob
out of
Hope.
my mouth.
What happened?
That came out of my mouth, absolutely.
I didn't say that. Number 18. Former ride operator here. We used to do a 0730 start and basically sweep the entire park with little pickers and things I used to find regularly. Used condoms, an abundance of filled nappies and diapers. Oh my god, like they would just dump the fucking filled diaper on the ground? That's disgusting. Plenty of child and adult size underwear and clothes. Okay. Entire meals still in trays and on plates left on tables. Well, that's America for you. Car keys, wallets, phones, bags, purses, cameras that had been left behind. It was always beyond me how people managed to leave their car keys yet still drive home. Numerous strollers, buggies, wheelchairs, and the occasional electric wheelchair, and every now and then a car would be abandoned in the car park. Wow. Well, that's the place to do it, huh? If you're trying to just dump a car somewhere, go do it at an amusement park. Occasionally, parents would leave for forgetting a child. What? Like you just find a kid and be like, oh no, and they left another one. Quite often, I would find teeth as well. Oh my god. Something's trying to leap out of my body, but I need it to stay in there. It has things that it needs to do. Some that had been knocked out or rattled out by the rides and just left on the floor in the rides. Okay.
Wait, kids passed out or what?
What happened? No, she's talking about teeth.
Oh, I thought we were talking.
Talking about what?
I thought we were talking about kids that got knocked out.
No, they were saying that occasionally people would forget the kids behind.
Yes.
Dried blood was surprisingly common. Walking sticks were more commonly found than umbrellas. So wait. Boo, this line is confusing to me. Walking sticks were more commonly found than umbrellas. Well, there you have it, really. Number 17. Didn't find them exactly, but after the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World closes and all the guests leave, feral cats come out and prowl the park. We would see them occasionally, skulking around the hedges in Frontierland. Run, Mickey. Ha 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 ha.
I read that somewhere. They let a feral cat population in just to clean up the rats. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody says that they get released. Well, Disney World keeps them in cages, feeding stations during park hours. And, they do it to keep the rodent population down. How interesting. How'd you know something like that? When you don't know who Bob Hope is?
I'm sorry, I don't know as much about Bob Hope as you do.
Yeah, you just got Bob Hope checked, motherfucker. Number 16. When I was a Bob Hope in the 1980s at Major League Baseball games, I would wait until all the bleachers had cleared and I would run around looking for dropped cash and items. One night, I found not one, but 2 Sony Walkman TVs, the ones with the 1-inch black and white screen. Best day for an 8-year-old.
I guess it's recreational. He goes there to get entertained, so I guess it's an amusement park.
Yeah, if we were to judge what an amusement park is by whether or not you went there and got amused, you know what I mean? Like, my room is an amusement park.
For who?
For just me. Just me. Somebody said, what?
I guess it's an amusement park as much as like a fair or a carnival is too.
Well, he did say the 1980s. He did say he was 8 years old, so he probably looks back on that time as like, I mean, shit was cash. You know what I'm talking about? He went out there and found some Sony Walkman TVs. Those are portable TVs, and when you're a little jit, like, that's the shit. That's basically like a laptop back in them days. You know what I mean? Sony Walkman TVs.
Maybe once every 3 months he'll see a clown while his local baseball team is playing, and he considers it the amusement park.
It's not like those things had people's identities sewn into them. If you go out somewhere and find somebody's phone right now, like, that's somebody's phone. You can't just keep that. You know what I mean? But if you went out somewhere and found, let's say, what's something that is like a pretty expensive piece of technology but doesn't really have somebody's identity sewn into it? Even like consoles these days, like PS4s and
yeah, you're right.
Wii U's have people shit like on it. You know what I mean? God.
But like, is someone really gonna go looking for their consoles if they go missing?
Well, who the fuck has their console just walking around with it like out in the open and just leave it? Oh, I left my PS4 at Starbucks. Ho ho. Fucking. Number 15. Please. No, wait, this is 14, surely. Please keep your bong, marijuana, ecstasy, underwear, and prison-style shanks with you at all times. So I edited the damn thing to why people mad. Ooh, we called them the punctuation police. Commas are important. Somebody said he must have just had keep your bong, marijuana, ecstasy, underwear. That's some awesome shit. Can you imagine a bong, marijuana, ecstasy, underwear?
No, that sounds putrid. It sounds like it would chafe.
I feel like photoshopping bong, marijuana, ecstasy, underwear.
That would give you work to do, and why would you want work?
Nah, man, it would be really lazy. It would be just like a big piece of underwear. You know what I mean? Let's look this up right now.
Why don't you do that while you read?
What?
Why don't you do that while I read the rest of this?
While you read the rest of it, Stripes?
Yeah, I mean, what's the big deal?
What's the big deal? What are you turning into Kyle Bad, the shtick? Yeah, I mean, what's the big deal? Come on, you wacka wacka, or whatever you say. Look, number 13. This happened just recently, actually. Not after park hours, though. The other day, I was loading my ride like nobody's business. Oh, yeah? And suddenly hear a call out over the radio that a guest had taken captive of a bird. A guest had taken captive of a bird? Or did they take a bird captive?
That sounds right to me.
Nigga, and was taking it with them on rides and stowing it in their purse throughout the day. We only discovered this because some annoyed guest told on them as they were in line for our ride. I'm sorry to be reading this so cautiously. I just expect something to jump out and fuck my mouth, you know what I mean? Like, look, So we
I don't
sent
know.
the what? So we sent the supervisor out to speak to the guest. Turns out that it wasn't a bird found in the park. It was found on a coastal city in Florida and brought into the park, actually making it through the bag checks and everything. The guests would play the bird occasionally throughout. Play the bird?
Play with. Assume.
You see what I mean? It's a goddamn mystery. You give somebody a keyboard and ask them to type something, and they typed out some mystery shit for you. Like, what did they mean? And then we get people just like standing around in a circle going, well, I believe he would have meant to put a with in between that. Everybody's like, oh, yes, of course. The guests would play with the bird occasionally throughout the day and literally bring it on rides that bags were allowed on or stored in lockers if not found. We ended up taking responsibility for the bird and giving it to the horticulture. Needless to say, I think that's the strangest thing I've seen brought into a park by far. Too long didn't breed. Too long didn't breed.
Sneeze.
What?
I thought you were about to sneeze.
I'm about to sneeze for real. What are we on, man? 15, 14, 13. Number 12. Cleaning out the picnic shelter in the park, I came across a cooler left behind. I was curious, so I opened it. The first thing that hit me was the smell. I can't describe it. It was a cooler full of vomit. Yes! The list has arrived, okay? Like a lot of vomit. One of the most disgusting things I have ever seen. Who is carrying around a cooler to vomit into? My question, nigga, is it just vomit? Did you scoop in there and see if there was anything else? Maybe it was a cooler that initially started out with something else, and then became filled with vomit. But how do you fill a vomit? Like, dude, you can't vomit and fill a cooler. 3 or 4 people can't vomit and fill a cooler. I guess it depends on what kind of, size a cooler is. So let's see what the comments are here. So was the vomit chilled or warm, Was it iced vomit? That's the real question as well. I don't remember, but it tasted great. No, please, no. Yes. Maybe
it came from a big man.
Maybe it came from a big man. Yeah, he just had so much vomit in him that, come on, Stripes. Number 12. I used to be a landscaper at Disney World.
You just said 12.
Number 11. I used to be a landscaper at Disney World. Sometimes we'd start at midnight and work until 8 before the guests would arrive. For God's sake, people. Need to stop throwing trash in the plantas. There are tons of trash cans everywhere that suck the trash away through an underground vent. I hate picking out forgotten half-eaten turkey legs and other food wrappers in the coleus beds. My plans. Somebody said, underground vents? Let's take you on a journey. The Magic Kingdom uses an automated vacuum collection system for waste removal. Custodians remove the trash bags from the park 24 hours a day, then dump it into the AVAC system processor throughout the park. The trash then travels through a pneumatic tube to a central location that is processed and compressed to transfer a landfill or recycling plant. Pneumatic tubes, baby! Just like Futurama. What are we on? What?
What do you think the middle ground of Disney World looks like, Kaya?
What do you mean middle ground? You think like the underground? You mean the underground portion?
No, I mean the Middle Earth.
The Middle Earth? What are you talking about? Not the underground portion.
No, I mean it's between Disney World and the underground. So it's the middle ground and it's the middle world. But
it's still underground.
Can we just get back to Lord of the Rings things? I was in the middle of a war.
Really starting to piss me off. Alright, Stripes. One of these days, Stripes. Straight to the moon, Stripes. Number 10. So this bitch was pissing me. I'm kidding. So this wasn't after close. This was during full operation in the middle of the day. My friend manages a smaller retail store on the main strip of an amusement park. I manage a store across the way. One day, he called me into his store to find a human shit just sitting in the middle of the floor. The guest had even gone as far as to put one of the novelty wizard hats we sell on top of the poo to cover it up. I'm not sure how they were able to poo in the middle of the store without anyone noticing, but they did. The next day, he called me over again, even more distraught than the last day. Not only had someone shit in the exact same place, they put wizard hats in circles around the poo instead of covering it. We never found out how or why, but the wizard hat circle of shit is the funniest thing I've seen in my life to this day. Funny because you didn't have to clean it.
What a talented man. What a talented crapper he is.
You don't know that. He probably had the crap in some kind of like carryable monkey balls. Because he obviously wasn't just copping a squat in front of a... Yeah. What?
You'd have to squat unless they fall out of him like a horse does.
Unless they fall out of him like a horse. Anyway, man. Somebody said... Wait. Is this where we are? Yeah. This one says, I used to work at a water park. The weirdest thing I found after closing is a vibrator. Hell, I didn't even know what it was at first because it was the kind that looks like a penis. It wasn't the kind that looks like a penis.
Oh, okay.
Because we'd really be dealing with a Mormon now. What is this? Just saw this hot pink thing laying on the ground by the wave pool. Kids forget the diving torpedoes. Mom had to improvise. Oh, Lord. Number whatever. I found a plastic baggie with a cat skin in it. With cat skin? It was like one of those bearskin rugs.
Yeah, the whole kit.
It was even pretty clean looking. Definitely not freshly skinned. I don't know how it got there, why it was there. It was pretty freaky. I was pretty freaked out when I found it. I thought it was a dead animal.
Somebody skinned a house cat. Why would you do that?
It's a zany action, a crazy contraption, a fun is catching its house cat. Dead house cat. By Milton Bradley. A person I worked with in a video arcade at an amusement park. We were shuffling down the fuck damn it. We were shutting down for the night, and I went to a corner to turn out the lights. Turn out the lights, and I said, follow me, down. There was a passed out teenager behind a video game. He was so out, it took 4 guys to carry him to the security station, and I don't know what they did with him after that. Oh, just a lot of butt sex. All unattended minors will become property of Walt Disney World if they are not claimed within 24 hours. Badass. Somebody said, gotta feed Walt somehow. Oh, Lord. We didn't find it, but we stopped a roller coaster briefly to have maintenance look around for a guest's glass eyeball that fell out during his ride. Some kid found the best marble ever. Reads another comment. What's wrong with a glass eye for an eyeball, my brother? Eyeball, my brother.
How many times will it trade hands in this marble competitions? Do people still like trade marbles by like beating people at a game of marbles?
What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean? Do people what?
When people play marbles competitively, usually the winner gets to choose like their favorite marbles out of the person's lineup.
Look, man, all I know is one thing, dude. You playing marbles with somebody and you don't know where the hell they be, what they do with them damn marbles. All of the marbles that you go to some competition to play with somebody else could have been cleaned up their ass. You know what I'm talking about? Just all of that's how they christen the marbles into their marble collection. Hello, new marbles. It's time for you to take a journey to the center of my butt. You know what? I actually have a question for myself. If I type in Kyle and then marble, Will there be a video matching that? Yeah. Today I fucked up by sticking a mega steel marble up my ass while bathing. Not some shit.
I vaguely remember that one.
You know what we should do every video? We should we should just take a random word and put Kyle on there and see if there's a video that it lines up to it. You know, there's like 1,000 videos on my channel now. I should just shut this shit down. You see what I'm talking about? I should wrap it up. You see what I'm talking about? I'm done. But Stripes.
Yes.
Do you see what I'm talking about?
All I know is would someone stick a glass eyeball up their ass that...
Look, man, you've taken this too far. Somebody else has more condoms than you would believe in lines. If you've ridden the volcano at King's Dominion, people be getting it on in the line. What the fuck, yo? Gotta do something in an hour and a half wait line. How do you just bang standing up and like surrounded by people though?
You live in Florida. You live in the amusement park capital. What have you found in an amusement park if you ever even go?
I was too young to be looking for anything outside of like gangster shit, so I haven't found anything but fun. Is that okay? Is fun fine? Does that count? Is that weird enough for you? Weird. I found fun at an amusement park. Weird. Diarrhea on the seats and floor of the rides. People literally shit themselves. That's what's up. I've almost been there. Upset tummy from the shifty amusement park food hit me right as the arm was coming down. I could have had fun on that ride. All of my thoughts were focused on clamping my butthole shut. Made it off the ride and the urge passed. Went to the bathroom and nothing happened. I was annoyed with my bowels that day. I was walking through the park one day, and my butthole clamped open to say, "You should go take a poop." I'm sorry. That's really because I've got the scoop.
You should flesh that out. It could be your next
this whole fucking like this is gonna become like the most dad channel in the fucking world. Oh
you're
man!
Don't worry about it. You don't need to try any harder.
I've been waiting to tell this story. I worked as a lifeguard in California's raging waters about 10 years ago. It's really, really easy to break into the park at night, or at least it used to be. Not sure if things have changed. There's one really steep, really tall ride called Dropout that's famous for 2 reasons. One, it's scary as fuck when it's your first time because your back doesn't touch the slide for a second and you free fall. And 2, girls lose their tops on it all the time. Well, that's what's up. That's an amazing ride, and I went, come on, that's amazing. Is there footage? Dropout footage?
When you start your own amusement park, I'm sure you can make your knockoff ride like that.
Man, if I were to make an amusement park and have a ride like that, and want that to be the end goal, I'd just call the ride "Take Your Top Off." You know, take your top off.
Well, you knock out the middleman. It's just really, it's just a designated area where girls can be topless, and I'm sure you'd have that either way.
Wait, we can't show that in this video anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be the sadness of it, you know. But it sounds amazing. I just like a big curvy, like big titty lady on there talking about, oh, I think I just ran the ride, baby. Oh no, my itty bitty bikini. You know that Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny song, right?
Yes, I do.
You would. You don't know who Bob Hope is, and you know the Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini song.
That she wore for the first time today,
I knew
Kaya.
you're gonna complete your fucking homo. Homo. You better get your vaccinations, you homo. Do you get that reference?
No, I don't.
It may be too meta. That reference may be too meta for her. and that's fine. Somebody in the comment section is going to clue you in.
Did
So
it tell
number
you?
2, what?
Never mind, keep going.
Girls lose their tops on it all the time. Well, one early morning, a group of us lifeguards are doing a quick clean before the park opens. We go to drop out and find the motherfucking BMX tire tracks going down the slide. Which would have been cool if there wasn't a dried pool of blood and motherfucking teeth laying at the bottom. There was a trail of blood leading back to the fence where you can sneak out of the park. My name's Johnny Knoxville. That's what's up. I never heard more about what my boss has found out on the security tapes, but I'm really hoping the crazy fool lived and their friend just had to evacuate them.
Christ. Did they have to scrape a body off the bottom of the pool?
There was no body, Stripes. So
You don't know that.
there was no body, Stripes. Like this story is being told from the perspective of a man who worked as a lifeguard, and when they got there in the morning, all they found were the remains, the evidence that somebody was there with a bike, that there was blood at the bottom and a trail leading to the fence. So obviously whoever did this didn't come alone, and he's saying that he hopes that his friends carried, their very much living and okay friend away, dude, because he could have died. He could have died, baby. Let's look at the comments. You really red herringed me with the whole girls lose their tops on it part. The story went in a very different direction, and now my erection is super confused. Joke's on you. Now you'll be sexually aroused by pain and violence forever. It has to happen to us all eventually.
I didn't think I'd get this far.
Saw a prosthetic leg flying off the Raptor at Cedar Point once. I laughed harder than I should have. Aw. No, there is no chance you laughed anywhere near hard enough. There's a once-in-a-lifetime thing to see. That's a once-in-a-lifetime thing to see. Can you make a wish when you see a flying prosthetic leg? You fucking idiots. I found a backpack with 100 old socks in it after the park closed one night. All the socks were black. In all seriousness, I might know what this is. Did a marching band ever play at your park? If so, it's possible you found the backup sock bag. We had a box, but it was full of old and gross single black socks in case kids forgot their own. I'm a bit surprised that uniformity of a band member's appearance is that important, that there's a backup sock bag. Do people really care? I work at a high school. The band stuff is a goddamn cult. Well, yeah, God forbid. It's like the military. It's a big deal. Hop off band, homie. Hop off band, homie.
You were in band. Did they have a sock bag?
Well, one of the band parents would definitely have carried a backup sock band. Yeah. That's their job. You know what I mean?
They're designated as the sock bearer, is what you were telling me?
I didn't say that they were the sock bearer. I'm sure some of them wore so many hats. They were all in competition to be the most badass one, of course. So look, you know how much love somebody would gain if somebody was just like, I don't have any socks, what are we gonna do? And they just walk into the room like, behold, I bring you back with socks for backup when you do not have your socks. And you'd be like, oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're the best. I'm gonna write about you on my blog. What?
Socks are gonna give a first chair in the solo payo.
First chair in what about a solo?
Solo? Is that what they call them? Solos? Piccolos.
Piccolos. Okay, enough. Let's end the video before more people want to kill you, Stripes. And then they're gonna leave comments like, nobody wants to kill Stripes. Fuck it. If you want to kill Stripes, leave a comment in the comment section. Come on,
I just woke up for this video, and I have a dream.
Whatever it needs to be, if you want to kill Stripes, though, leave that comment in the monkey pucker pigeon pepper. Well, we'll see you guys later. Maybe I'll make another one here, because come on now. Come
Hey,
on
did you?
now.
It was raining ladybugs, Kyle.
Oh god. Stop talking about ladybugs.
It's
Stop
not my
talking about
fault.
ladybugs. You're not a. I'm done. I'm done. I don't need to set this girl straight. Doesn't matter. None of this matters. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.